last night, Ian Wright, he had his say on being here, and he said he felt quite conflicted. I just wondered how you feel, Gary.
I don't feel conflicted. I've been coming over to the Middle East for 20 years and to Southeast Asia. I've had sporting, business and commercial relationships with these parts of the world for a long, long time. And the fact that FIFA have awarded a World Cup to Qatar in the last few weeks, that's come under huge scrutiny. I accept that position. I'm there to be shot at, and people have criticised me heavily. They've criticised our colleagues on the BBC yesterday for being over here. But the reality of it is, my view on it is quite simply that, I detest workers' rights abuses. I hate the idea of people not being paid enough money, people working in poor conditions, the idea of people not having good accommodation, the fact that women's rights aren't adhered to, or that there are human rights abuses. I can't stand it. But I also have relationships in this part of the world, and I've done for many, many years. And those relationships are long-standing. Those relationships are long-standing in our country with the UK. If you think about the fact that we buy most of our energy from the Middle East, that they own our banks, that the royal family have relationships with the Middle East, both sporting and charitable. You think about our government, our political parties have relationships with the Middle East. They own London Heathrow Airport, they own London Stock Exchange. And the fact of the matter is, it's football that's actually brought the scrutiny, and football tournaments that have brought the scrutiny on these challenges that exist in this part of the world and the way in which these things happen. And from my point of view, I'm happy for football to front that up. If Prince William doesn't want to come to this tournament, but he's OK with not coming to the tournament, but his father takes, if you like, charitable donations, that's fine. If the political MPs don't want to come over here, but they're happy to take money from them in our country for their political parties, that's fine with me. But I always see it as football and ex-football players who seem to be coming under criticism. And from my point of view, I have to say that I think that football stands up, football players stand up. We've got another issue today with the OneLove armband with Harry Kane, these political and social issues, which I'm absolutely delighted to talk about. I think there's a serious conversation to be had, because my point always is, should there be a World Cup in all parts of the world? Should there be a World Cup in the Middle East? Should there be a World Cup in Arab countries? There absolutely should be. And if we're going to do that, then we are going to come across some of these issues that exist in these parts of the world where we don't agree with them. But can you not enjoy a sporting tournament and come over and challenge the system over here, but also bring football to different parts of the world and try and advance things and impact things? And I will continue to keep coming to this part of the world. I'll continue to keep going to parts of Southeast Asia. Other sectors like energy sectors, our Air Force, our banks, our political parties, they seem to want to shy away from their existing relationships that they have with this part of the world, but football will get the scrutiny. Football will be the one that gets penalised for it. And I personally have been hammered over this last few weeks, and that's fine. But I'm happy to stand up and debate it, because I think there's a serious conversation to be had about where sporting competitions should be held, and I believe they strongly should be held in the Middle East.
OK. You mentioned the OneLove armband. We're going to discuss that now, because Harry Kane, the England captain, was due to wear that OneLove armband in the game against Iran, and he didn't. The FA made a U-turn. This was what they said about this particular topic. They didn't want to have potential sanctions against their England players, and that was what might have happened, because FIFA turned around and said, no, you're not going to wear that. If you want to, you can wear our anti-discrimination armband. At the bottom of the screen here, it says, we are very frustrated by the FIFA decision. We wrote to FIFA in September and we had no response. Righty, does this feel like another moment in time, another late decision from FIFA, where something like this, quite an important topic as well, that could have been a real statement from England, has had to be rushed and changed?
Without a doubt. And like I said last night, I think nothing will surprise me with FIFA and their decisions. This is something that they've known about for a long time. And now, at the last minute again, very untrustworthily, they've changed the stance on it. And for me, I think that we've bottled that a little bit for me, Laura, because it's a situation, like Gary mentioned, it could have been a very, for me, I thought it was quite a meek, symbolic gesture in the first place, just the armband. But I think that it could have easily turned into a very symbolic, just powerful protest of defiance in respects of, OK, FIFA, you've said that, but you know what? We're going to do it because we believe it's right to do. But you cannot have protests without risk. That's the risk. Something might happen, you might get booked. It's a risk in it. So that is why you're protesting. So, like I say, it's again, I don't trust anything what they do, and they'll probably change something else.
Nigel, it was actually a Netherlands initiative, this OneLove armband. Do you think that there'll be the same frustration and the same anger in reaction to this from the Netherlands?
Yeah, there is. If I listen over years to the sounds of the nation, and especially after the decision that FIFA made, you know, just so short in front of the most important game in the last 8 years for the national team, there is a lot of anger. And obvious, because we are a nation that is quite open and welcome everybody from different kinds of ethnicities, cultures, equality, discrimination whatsoever. So we are quite an open nation. And for us, that was a statement that we would give to the rest of the world, saying like we pull part of an open communication, but also an openness to everybody that can enjoy football wherever you are. So I think in that sense, that's a lot of anger and irritation. And what I said as well before, and I think you guys just touched base on it, it is also the time that they made the statements that is more irritated for me, because this could be already been discussed 2 months ago.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the issue that we have right now. Now you have another topic that we have to talk about other than football that could already be resolved 2 months ago. If the head of a governing body as the FIFA go to the federations that want to wear the armband and said like in an open communication, listen guys, you know, we go to a country that maybe have their own difficulties.
Yeah.
Let's sort it in a different manner.
Yes.
So you already have the open communication. But now you obviously have a situation that is, again, a topic that has nothing to do with football.